Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, we would like to say thank you to the all of the Committee of International Conference on Science, Mathematics and Science Education 2021. This is the presentation of the paper in the conference with the paper code ABS 373 Biology Education. This presentation is presented in parallel session of the ICMScE 2021. The title of this paper is Argumentative Peer Review as an effort to improve scientific writing skills on laboratory reports from home during the pandemic time of COVID-19. The presenter of this paper are EVI ROVIATI, me myself, and Dede Cahyati Syahrir and Muhimmatul Umami. We are from Tadris Biology, IAIN Syekh Nurjati Cirebon. As the background of this research, as we know that biology teacher candidate students have to possess communication skills. This communication skill can be written or oral. And one of the written communication skills is writing scientific paper. And writing a laboratory report is one of training or learning in writing scientific paper. But in writing a laboratory report, some students have problems, such as difficult to write scientific paper effectively, as Guilford say, and students not consistent in the way of citing and writing reference sources. So in this research, we use peer review to overcome these problems. As you know that peer review can improve students' content mastery. It is also can improve motivation, responsibility in learning science. And peer review and revision are also used in argument-driven inquiry to develop science writing skills. So in this research, we use peer review and argumentation as um, one of the treatment. Yeah. As the main treatment was peer review with argumentation. So this research question is how the contribution of argumentative peer review in improving scientific writing skills. The aim of this study was to investigate the effect of argumentative peer review to pre-service biology teacher scientific writing skills. For this purpose, single group pre-post evaluation design was conducted with 208 biology education students. This is the method of the research. This study used a quantitative method with a one-shot case study design. This study involved 208 second-year biology teacher candidate students who took microbiology courses in a university in Cirebon, Indonesia. Microbiology is a second-year undergraduate course with laboratory activities focused on learning life aspects of microorganisms. Topics in the microbiology laboratory included growing microbes around the house, food fermentation, gram staining, and testing of antimicrobial substances. But due to the pandemic, lectures were carried out from home as well as the lab because students cannot come to the lab. After doing each topic of the lab, students were asked to write a lab report. The lab report was written in Bahasa Indonesia, in Indonesian, consisting everything that was done during the lab and the result of the experiments and how the result of the experiments answered the research questions. Then each report was reviewed by 4 peer students. The review focuses on the based on aspect of the scientific writing and argumentation as seen in table 1. This is the aspect of the peer review based on the scientific writing and based on the aspect of argumentation. The first aspect is introduction and research question. The second was methods. The third was discussion and argument. The fourth, limitation. The fifth, systematics of the writing. The sixth, plagiarism checking. And these are the description of each aspect so students can review clearly their peer reports. This is the result and discussion. The result of this research is like this. To examine changes in scientific writing skills, a comparison of the lab report assessment scores was conducted before and after the argumentative peer review. Based on the assessment of scientific writing skills, among 218 students, it was found that 203 students experienced an increase of the score. 3 students experienced a decrease of the score, and 2 students obtained the same score of the assessment results between before and after peer review. The result of non-parametric difference test for the overall average of scientific writing skills before and after peer review are shown in table 2. This is the result of the test, and the table 2 shows that students had revised their reports after getting the reviews and suggestions for improvement from their friends so that they can get better scores in scientific writing skills. This picture shows the result of each topic of the lab before and after peer review. From the picture, we can see that all the topic has increasing in the score. Topic 1, topic 2, topic 3, and topic 4. This is before and after. We can see all the topic has become increased the score, and the lowest score was the first topic where the students were first time writing the lab reports, and this is the average of the score. From the picture, we can say that the lowest score of the first report before peer review and rapid increase after the first peer review can occur because students initially still do not know what the points that will be assessed in their report. And after receiving reviews and suggestions for improvement from their friends, students have followed the instructions report assessment. A slight decrease in the score of scientific writing on the third and fourth topics was possibly occurred because lab topics 3 and 4 were virtual laboratory compared to practicum 1 and 2, which were real practicum, even though they are done at home using tools and materials available at home. The part of the lab report that the most developed was the introductory part, in which The students initially only included theory, and after the revision, they prepared the background of the lab, accompanied with the result of the relevant previous research. Furthermore, students also improved the discussion part of the report a lot, namely by adding the relevance of the result of the experiments with the result of the previous research and theory. The ability to write the discussion of the result of investigation in reports can teach students to able to connect the theory learned with the result of the investigation in the laboratory. So this is the conclusion. Based on the result of the research and discussion, it can be concluded that the application of peer review and revision, the application of argumentative peer review and revision in writing lab reports can increase the score of scientific writing skills, and it can train the ability to assess articles written by friends and develop an attitude of being willing to admit one's own shortcomings and improve it. Thus, it can be suggested that in learning to write lab reports, argumentative peer review should be also implemented so that students can develop their scientific writing skills better. This is the end of our presentation. Thank you very much for your attention, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.